Picture this, a clash of titans. In one corner, the cradle of Western civilization, Greece, a land of philosophers like Plato and Aristotle, of epic poets like Homer, and legendary warriors like the Spartans at Thermopylae. For centuries, their phalanx, a wall of shields and spears, was the most feared military formation in the world. They were the masters of strategy, art, and democracy. In the other corner, a rising power from the West, Rome, a republic forged in discipline, pragmatism, and relentless ambition. Their legions, flexible and ruthlessly efficient, were unlike anything the world had seen. They weren't just soldiers, they were engineers, builders, and administrators of a growing empire. How did this upstart republic manage to swallow the land of Alexander the Great's successors? It wasn't a single battle, but a century-long saga of ambition, betrayal, and brutal warfare. This is the story of how the student surpassed the master. Our story begins around 214 BC. Rome is locked in a desperate struggle for survival against Hannibal of Carthage. While Rome's attention is fixed on this existential threat, King Philip V of Macedon, one of the powerful Greek successor kings, makes a fateful decision. Seeing an opportunity, he allies himself with Hannibal, hoping to expand his own power while Rome is distracted. This was a grave miscalculation. Rome never forgot an enemy. Once Hannibal was dealt with, Rome turned its gaze eastward, across the Adriatic Sea. They saw a Greek world fractured and weakened by constant infighting between the major powers, the Macedonians, the Aetolian League, the Achaean League, and the Kingdom of Pergamon. The Romans were masters of divide and conquer, and they saw the perfect opportunity. They didn't arrive as overt conquerors at first. Instead, they presented themselves as liberators, champions of Greek freedom against Macedonian aggression. This brings us to the first major clash, the Second Macedonian War. In 197 BC, at a place called Cynocephalae, the Roman legion met the Macedonian phalanx. On even ground, the phalanx was a formidable hedgehog of pikes, but the hilly terrain broke its formation. The more flexible Roman maniples exploited these gaps, swarming the Macedonians from the flanks and rear. It was a slaughter. The legion had proven its superiority. Philip V was defeated, and Rome, true to its word for now, declared the Greek cities free. But this freedom came with a price: Roman influence. The Romans weren't done. Another Greek power, the Seleucid Empire led by Antiochus the Great, saw Rome's growing presence as a threat. Egged on by the exiled Hannibal, Antiochus crossed into Greece to challenge Roman authority. The result, the Battle of Magnesia in 190 BC. Once again, Roman discipline and tactics crushed a larger but less cohesive Hellenistic army. Rome's patience was wearing thin. The final nail in the coffin for Greek independence came with the Third and Fourth Macedonian Wars. The Greeks, resentful of Roman meddling, continued to resist. In 168 BC, at the Battle of Pydna, the Roman legion once again shattered the Macedonian phalanx, a decisive victory that effectively ended the Macedonian kingdom. Rome's grip tightened. The breaking point came in 146 BC. The Achaean League, a confederation of Greek city-states, made a final, desperate stand against Roman domination. The Roman response was swift and merciless. They marched on Corinth, one of Greece's wealthiest and most ancient cities. After a short siege, they utterly destroyed it, killing the men and selling the women and children into slavery. The message was clear and brutal. Defiance of Rome would lead to annihilation. And just like that, the land of Socrates and Pericles became a Roman province. The military conquest was complete, but this is where the story takes a fascinating turn. While Rome conquered Greece with swords, Greece in turn conquered Rome with its culture. Roman elites hired Greek tutors for their children, adopted Greek philosophy, and copied Greek art and architecture. The poet Horace famously wrote, "Captive Greece took its brutish captor captive." So, Rome won the war, but Greek culture won the peace, creating the Greco-Roman world that laid the very foundation of Western civilization as we know it. It was a conquest not just of land, but of ideas, a legacy that echoes to this very day. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this clash of empires as fascinating as I do, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more epic history, and let me know in the comments which historical showdown you'd like to see next. Until then, stay curious.